Here we go to the beauty object part. Height and weight.
My height and weight,
Yeah,
or a guy's height and weight?
your height and weight.
Oh gosh, are y'all serious? Uh,
I'm going there.
sure. I'm 5'7" and I weigh. I'll be honest, 190.
Okay. My chick's 5'8". She weighs about 130.
Yeah, I know.
You're too
I
heavy.
know. I need to lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really important to guys. Like the optics of femininity and beauty and
Mm-hmm.
attraction are all tied in to the weight. It's just a fact of life. You know, the
It
whole "you're
is.
beautiful at any size" is bullshit.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody buying that. And
No.
you're educated, you got your house, you got your Tesla, you got the good income and all the good stuff. You know how to move more and eat better.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to tell you that,
Mm-mm.
right?
No.
So
Yeah.
therapists and all that other stuff, I would fire the therapist and get a gym membership. That'll solve two problems for you: the need to talk to somebody, because the iron will never lie to you. The picking up of the weights or the machines will never lie to you. Like 25 pounds is always 25 pounds, right? It
Mm-hmm.
will never lie to you. It will tell you the exact truth, and it will improve everything about your life, right? You'll feel better, you'll move better, you'll sleep better. Everything's better in your life. You know, you
Yeah.
lose the weight, you know, you be so. And then there's, of course, you know, the attractive quality of, you know, of all those things that sort of tie in with that. So I would definitely put a huge priority on that. Huge priority. You know, like
I say
I'll
it's probably
tell
number one.
women this all day long. Guys don't give a fuck about your car. They don't give a
No.
fuck about your, you know, the value of your house. It's, hey, when she's walking away from me on the beach and I'm looking at her ass, do her cheeks wave at me like that when she's walking? You know, like this is what we're thinking about. We never look at a degree on the wall and be like, oh, dude, see that degree on the wall? It's so hot. Oh, that's not what guys want. That's not what guys want. So,
Yes.
so if you want a guy, you know, to stick to you and to commit to you, which is what you're looking for, like you want a
Mm-hmm.
guy, you know, you've made that clear, then you have to give what, you know, you have to give the guys what they want.
Yeah. I actually started going to the gym yesterday. So yeah.
Should have
Congrats.
started when you were 20,
Thanks.
but
Step in the
good.
right direction.
I should have. Yeah.
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 Moff, what kind of advice you got so far? Because I know that you read the whole thing too.
Yeah, there was a lot. The gym thing is number one. I think this is something I'm trying to drill into the heads of both men and women. It's for longevity's sake, for attractiveness sake. I mean, being in good, healthy shape. It is the fastest, maybe not it's the simplest, maybe not the easiest, but it's the simplest way to get you out of the 70% and into the 30%, or out of the
Mm-hmm.
80% and into the 20%. Because if you just know anything about the demographics and the level of obesity and people that are overweight in the West, I mean, it's something like 65% of men and like 75% of women are classified as overweight.
Yeah.
And nobody's saying you got to be an Instagram model. We don't say you got to just start being a fit influencer and doing any of that. But yeah, it will drastically change your prospects. And at this point, with everything you shared with us at your age and your income, and you sort of, in a way, it's interesting because we hear women that will say, yeah, I'd settle for a guy that makes X, settle for a guy that makes Y. But you have to really actively fight your internal biological hardwiring to be okay with that. You
Mm-hmm.
naturally would still want a guy that's on your level, preferably above it, right? Diagonal or up, maybe across. So that's a conscious thing that you've got to do, is fight that sort of hypergamous urge to think, well, I want a guy that makes as much money, or he's got a bigger house and a bigger car and things like that. So all of these things that you've built up over time are still kind of working against you, because once you've achieved that socioeconomic status, you don't really come down from that. Once you're kind
Mm-hmm.
of there, you're just kind of there. And so the best way to combat that is to focus on what guys really focus on, what the guys really look for, which is, the surface and the superficiality and sort of the attractiveness from a physical standpoint, but all these other soft skills that we're talking about too.
Mm-hmm.
Finding ways to sort of mind and be filtered when certain those things like pop up. Just, I don't know what you got to do, if you've got to kind of like pinch yourself instead of saying it, or whatever it is you have to do, but sort of starting to regulate that. And it'll come with time and it'll come with practice, but you're certainly on the right track.
Thank you.
You've recognized it, and now it's, I tell this to my guys all the time. The only The only thing separating you from where you are and where you want to be is the work that it takes to get there. So go and
Perfect.
do
Thank
likewise.
you. Thank
The
you.
the biggest advantage that you have, do you know what it is on the sexual marketplace?
No,
You don't have kids.
that's
True.
true.
It's a huge leg
That's
up.
huge. Guys do not want to deal with women that have kids from multiple dudes. It's like common. It is so common. Women will have 2, 3, 4 kids, sometimes from 2, 3, 4 different guys,
Mm-hmm.
right? And because women get custody 80% of the time, the kids are with the mom almost always, so it's nearly impossible for the guy to date her. So he has to go in there and play the role of daddy. She's
Mm-hmm.
not really looking for a guy, she's looking for help, right?
Yes.
And because you got your own money and you got your career and you don't have any kids, I guarantee there's guys out there that are like, I've dealt with enough single moms multiple times that if I can find a chick that doesn't have kids, I will pick her over some chick with 3 kids that's hot as hell.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying, just lean on that and be like,
Yeah. Like forget.
Rich said that I got this huge advantage. Have that
Yes.
huge, have that huge advantage, but get your weight down to a healthy weight too, so that you've got the optics of like full on beauty.
Awesome.
Because then you'll be in a position where you could legit, the next couple of years, if you get that weight down, put yourself in a position where you meet a guy that's pretty close to, like you saying that I make about $150 and I'm willing to date a guy that makes 50. That's good, because I was kind of expecting to be a little bit more, diluted to the sense where he's got to make at least 150 or 100,000. If you're willing to date a guy that makes 50, there's loads of guys out there that make $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of guys that are taller than you, that have decent jobs, that are good men, probably good at being men. They might not be the most socially calibrated, know how to deal, with dating. Like they probably don't watch our stuff. I mean, they're not going to be that kind of guy usually, but you'll find loads and loads of guys out there that will appreciate a gal that doesn't bring some other dude's kids to the table. Because guys will be on dating apps and they're like, my 3 awesome kids or my 4 little superheroes. And, guys are thinking, yeah, right. Like your fucking superheroes are better than, Becky's that I had to deal with for 4 years.
Yes.
Right.
Well, thank you for the advice. I really appreciate it, guys.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here. And pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.